I had just finished scoring four years of Moonlighting and 4 years of Alf. And both of them got canceled, and I was out of work, and I was going nuts because I was used to being busy. I was out of work for 7 straight months and had nothing to do. And it was like, come on, somebody call, somebody. My agent wouldn't even return my call, you know, one of those things, typical Hollywood. So I called one of my musician friends who I knew had quite a bit of showbiz connections. And I was lamenting my state with him, and I said, you know, I'm going crazy here. I'm used to being busy. If you hear of anything going on in town, let me know. He says, oh, I'll do that. I thought, yeah, okay, we'll see. So a couple of weeks later, he called me on the phone, and he said, you know, I was having dinner with my nephew last night, and we got to talking about what's going on in the business, and he says, you know, they were looking to change composers on this animated show. And did he have any suggestions? And my friend said, well, what about Alf Clausen? And the guy says, oh, yeah, why didn't I think of Alf? That's a good choice. I'll call him. Do you have his number? My friend said, yeah, here it is. He says, I'll tell him I'll call him tomorrow. So he called me back, and he says, my producer friend will call you tomorrow. I said, yeah, right. Sure enough, he called the next day, and he said, I got your number from Julie. And he says, I'm a producer on a television series, and we're looking to change composers, and I was wondering if you would be interested in scoring an animated show. Now, this producer was the son of Arnie Kogan from the Mary Tyler Moore Show and the Donnie and Marie Show. He's now a producer in his own right. I thought, this is too weird. This is too great. I love it when this happens. So I was posed the question, would you like to score an animated show? And I said, no. He said, really? I said, no. He says, why? And I said, well, I just got off of 4 years of Moonlighting, and I really want to be a drama composer. I'm more interested in doing long-form feature films, etc. He says, well, I can understand that. He says, well, why don't you come in for the meeting anyway, and we'll just talk about it. I said, okay. So I went over to Fox and went to the meeting, walked in the door, and Matt Groening was there. My music editor, Chris Ledesma, was there. Our money person, Lorena Adamson, was there. Sam Simon, one of our creators, was there. And Matt Groening walks in, and it's very interesting. As Matt walked in, you could feel the icicles growing down from the ceiling in this room. All of a sudden, everything was like, oh, what's going on here? What have I gotten myself into? Well, it turned out I didn't know that Matt Groening and Sam Simon were at odds with each other and didn't like each other at all. And I thought, this doesn't look good. So Matt Groening says to me, after introducing himself, he said, would you be interested in scoring an animated show? And I said, no. He says, really? He wasn't ready for that at all. He said, why not? So I gave him the same song and dance. And he says, well, I can understand that. He said, you know, we look upon our show as being not a cartoon, but we look upon it as being a drama where the characters are drawn. And we would like it scored that way. Could you do that? I said, yeah, I could do that. He said, well, would you like to try one and see how it goes? And I said, yeah, let's do that. So they gave me my first episode, which was Treehouse of Horror #1. And we did a music spotting session for it, and there were 42 music cues, which necessitated a double recording session. And I thought they're going to throw me out on my ear when I tell them what I'm going to need. But they said, whatever you want, just do it. I said, oh, okay. I thought, that's just kind of fun. So we put together a double recording session and had 42 cues to write, composed all of those, recorded them. Matt came, Sam came, I think Lorena was there. I know Chris Ledesma, my music editor, was there. And they liked what they heard, and I recorded them, and they kept me ever since.